Hi everyone, you're welcome to this tutorial. In this video we are going to learn how to use sheets in Revit, and without wasting time, let's begin. To generate sheets for this project, I'm just going to go to project browser and scroll down to where you have sheets, click on it, then right click, new sheets. Now here you're going to have the A1 metric, and then we're going to have none. So you can just go ahead and say OK, or you can load for more options. So here I have this English Imperial, but I prefer to use the metric library and then look for title blocks. So here is title block folder, and I'm going to double click on it. And if you click, you're going to see on the preview different options. So I have the A0, A1, which we already have loaded there. We have the A2, A3, A4, and I'm going to go for A0 metric, then click open. It's now loaded here, so you can say OK. Now we have the sheet right here in the project. Now all of these are editable simply by double clicking on it, and then you can change whatever you want to change. For instance, I double click on project name and I call it XYZ, and then this sheet bears Autodesk logo. Maybe you want to place your own company logo on it. All you just have to do is to double click on that, and it takes you to a new window where you can just select it and then delete. And then here I'm going to insert my company logo on this particular position simply by going to insert and then import image, and then I move to my desktop. So I select the logo and place it here. Now the next thing is to resize the logo to fit into the space. So I move from this point, I drag this back a bit. So once you're okay with that, you can just click anywhere outside. Then the next thing is to load it back into the project. So I load into project. You can override the existing version, and then we have that there. However, you can always save this also, maybe in a folder, and always use it for other projects by simply clicking here and going back to this family, save as, then as family. Once you save it as family, you can always refer back to it and use it for other projects. So I'm just going to go back. Now let's also see how to attach views into sheets. To do that, just go to any view you want to attach here. Now I go to maybe level 1, and you click and drag the view, place it here. Now you're going to see that the view comes with a very large viewport. Notice once you move the viewport will go alongside with it, and you're also going to notice that the viewport is way bigger on this view, which doesn't make any sense. The reason for that is because this elevation symbol is so wide enough, so the viewport covers the distances of the elevation symbol. So what we have to do to take care of that is to go to the level 1 floor plan and select the elevation symbol, any of it, right click and hide it in view. So I'm just going to hide in view, then go back. You can now see that the viewport is now smaller, very close to the floor plan. You can easily drag this and place it at any position, but to resize it, you can click on the viewport instead, and here you have this drag point. You can drag it to any position. However, if you drag this, they move together. But if you move this, you can simply move it by clicking and dragging it. Then again, you will also notice that the floor plan is way smaller than the sheet, which may not be visible after printing. Now, what you have to do is to change the scale. Of course, it bears the scale of 1:100, which is the scale at which the drawing was made on the level 1 view. Now, if we go back, we can actually change the scale right from here by simply selecting this, and then when you go to the properties panel, view scale is the first parameter on that panel, so you can click on this and change it to 1:50. And if you're okay with this size, you can leave it like that, or you increase it by choosing 1:25. I can drag this further and move it to this point. Now, you may also want to have more than one view inside a particular sheet. For example, you might have the ground floor plan and the first floor plan inside one sheet. To do that, I'm going to use a different approach to add the first floor plan. Go to View, then on the Sheet Composition panel, click on Place View. Okay, these are all the views available on this project. I'm just going to click on Level 2, Add View to Sheet, and then we can place it here. But just like the first instance, we also have a large viewport. But what happens is that instead of go to Level 2 floor plan, in order to hide the elevation symbol, we can do the same by just being on this view. Now what to do is to double click on this, or you right click. Here you're going to see Activate View. Either you click on this, which is the same thing as double clicking on the view right here. So go here and select this symbol, right click and hide the elements category. However, you can also modify anything right from this view. For example, I select this and then I pick Move and move it from this point to this point, which doesn't make any sense anyways, but click outside and then we can right click and deactivate view, and then we can click and drag this, place it here. Then to also resize it, select the viewport and drag this. However, to change the scale, we select the viewport and turn the scale to 1:50. Then we can move it to align it to this. Click outside, then move this. Move this. This annotation, we have 1 and then we have 2. Alright, and if you also go to your sheet here, the scale will also change to the scale you've given to the drawing. Usually you will prefer it to be ground floor plan and the first floor plan. Now to change that, all you have to do is to go to your elevations, maybe south elevation, and let me delete this, and then we can also change it from this point by double clicking, and then ground floor plan, say yes. Then the level 2 becomes the first floor plan. Click anywhere outside and say yes. Then I move back to the view. So here you have it as ground floor plan and that. So this is it. Now, let's also create another sheet where we can attach our south and north elevation. Now, to do that, for demonstration purposes, we are going to go to View and then to Sheet Composition here. This is Sheet. Click on it, then say OK. It's going to open a new sheet in a different window. So right here, you're going to see the annotations of this A102. So in this case, just move to the south elevation, click and drag it, place it there, then move to north elevation, click and drag and also place it there. And then you can as well change the scale because it's 1:100. Then I select that and change it to 1:50. Then you can drag it to that point as well. Change this also to 1:50. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe. Turn the notification bell on so that you get notified each time we upload new videos. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.